Moses said, please show me your glory. So this is interesting. They're having this whole conversation about going up. Whether they're going to go up or not, who's going to go up and who's going to go with who. And they're arguing about the stiff-necked people. And, I don't want to take them. Well, I don't want to take them either. But if we go together, we can go. So they have this whole conversation. And God says, all right, I'm going with you. And Moses kind of blurts out with this, I want to see your glory. Like that wasn't part of the conversation. That wasn't part of the deal. It wasn't even on the discussion. And all of a sudden, Moses busts out, please show me your glory. I want to see your glory. And God says to him, I will make all my goodness pass before you and will proclaim before you my name, the Lord. Now, if you ask somebody, we don't really use that term anymore, glory. But when you were thinking about it with the kings, Solomon's glory was his wisdom. That's what he was famous for. Glory's weighty. What's weighty about that person? What are they famous for? So if you ask justice, that's what people usually ask for the most. They ask God, where were you? Because it wasn't fair to me. Why did you let this happen to me? They want fair. A mighty storm. But he said, my glory, my goodness will pass before you. He said, and I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. But you can't see my face, for man shall not see me and live. The Lord said, behold, there's a place by me where you shall stand on the rock. And while my glory passes by, I will put you in a cleft of the rock, and I will cover you with my hand until I've passed by. Then I'll take away my hand, and you shall see my back, but my face shall not be seen. He's saying, even my goodness is too spectacular, too strong for you, Moses. It'll blow you away. This is a man who spent time up in the mountains with God, who came down shining, just glowing after spending 40 days with God up there, just from the glory of God. He was literally glowing. That would want his people to delight and rejoice in his goodness. And it's an amazing thing that our God can so balance being a just God, being a God of mercy, but also a God of strength and discipline. That he balances them so perfectly that it's always love. That even when he disciplines, it's love. When he brings laws, it's love. When he gives mercy, it's love. That when we get to heaven, no one will be able to stand before him and say, I didn't get the same chance. No one will be able to accuse him of being unjust. But that at the same time, what he wants us to know about so much is his goodness. Exodus 18, we see Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, comes, and Moses tells his father-in-law all the Lord had done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the hardship that had come upon them in the way, and how the Lord had delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness that the Lord had done to Israel, in that he had delivered them out of the hand of the Egyptians. But Nehemiah, we see what happens though. We have God's goodness and everything that he'd done for Israel. I mean, they had memorials.